Hey guys, welcome to this vocabulary video about education. Education is a huge topic in IELTS. When it comes to speaking, writing, reading, listening, whatever you're doing, almost guaranteed there's going to be some aspect of education within the topics that you have to deal with. So it's very important to have a wide range of vocabulary for education, not just in terms of expressing yourself for speaking or writing, but also even just to understand things you're listening to or things that you are reading. Education is a huge topic in IELTS. So we're going to have a look at some key vocabulary related to that. Beginning with pedagogy. You're more likely to read this or hear this and actually use it in conversation. But pedagogy means the method and practice of teaching. So it's like basically the technical term for teaching in the classroom. So we can say modern pedagogy emphasizes student-centered learning approaches. So putting the student at the center of the experience. Curriculum refers to the subjects that make up a course of learning that someone will study. Notice that curriculum is not the same as curriculum vitae. Curriculum is a separate word that's to do with educational content in a course. The school is updating its curriculum to include more diverse perspectives. E-learning, something that's become incredibly important in the last few years. It is learning, studying conducted via electronic media, most commonly computers and tablets using the internet. Many universities offer e-learning courses to accommodate distance learners. Literacy describes the ability to read and write. So we often hear about literacy rates of different countries. Like developing countries are trying to improve literacy rates. Government programs aim to improve adult literacy rates in certain regions. So basically, teach more people how to read and write. Mentorship means guidance and support provided by a mentor who is an experienced individual in the field that someone is training for. So if you start a new job as a nurse, for example, you might get a more experienced nurse as a mentor. So someone who can guide you and advise you based on their experience. The mentorship program pairs students with professionals in their field of study. Academic integrity refers to the ethical standards in academic work, including especially, I would say, avoiding plagiarism. Plagiarism is when someone copies from a source but pretends it's original work. That's plagiarism. Universities take academic integrity seriously with strict consequences for violations. Extracurricular activities are activities outside the regular curriculum. So outside the regular school timetable, let's say. So things like sports, games clubs, community service, these kind of things that don't make up part of your qualification, but they're sort of considered desirable usually for a bit of extra experience, a bit of maybe real life experience. Participating in extracurricular activities can enhance a student's overall educational experience. Holistic education is an approach that focuses on how to develop the whole person. This is quite big in education at the moment. Don't look at the student, look at the person. So the idea would be not just to teach someone how to do maths, but try and work on their development intellectually, socially, emotionally. That's holistic education. Some schools prioritize holistic education to nurture well-rounded individuals. Standardized testing is a means of evaluation where basically everyone does the same test. So across a state or across a country, across an educational region, everyone does the same test. And then, usually they get scores based on percentages. Standardized testing is often used for college admissions in many countries. Educational disparity refers to the inequality in educational opportunities and outcomes. So basically, whether people have the ability and opportunity and chance to get an education. Some societies, they might not for different reasons, primarily financial. So that's what educational disparity refers to. Efforts are being made to address educational disparities and provide equal access to quality education. Moving on to idiomatic language, we have hit the books. If you hit the books, it means to study or to engage in academic work. I always think of it as being reading a great deal, intensively studying, reading books. For me, is hit the books. I can't go out tonight. I need to hit the book for my upcoming exams. It's always hit the books, plural, by the way. Learn the ropes means to learn the basics or the fundamentals of a particular activity or job. So kind of when you go into a new environment, you have to learn how things work. You're learning the ropes. It took me a few weeks to learn the ropes at my new job. Read between the lines means to basically understand what hasn't been said. As it says here, to understand the deeper or hidden meaning and what is being said or written. So if you're very perceptive, you have to be quite perceptive to read between the lines. So like I said, professor comments were vague, but I tried to read between the lines to understand the true meaning. So, what people say is important, but sometimes what people choose not to say is also potentially very important. Pass with flying colors means to pass a test or exam or some type of evaluation with a very high score. If you pass with flying colors, you achieve an excellent score. Thanks to her hard work, she passed the final exam with flying colors. Finally, burn the midnight oil. So if you burn the midnight oil, it means to work or study late into the night. Obviously referring back to the times where people had oil lamps. You had to burn the oil in your lamp to generate light in order to do things at night. So if you burn the midnight oil, you're studying, specifically studying. Doesn't work for other activities like working or social things. Studying late into the night, you burn the midnight oil. I have a big project due tomorrow, so I'll be burning the midnight oil to get it done. And that's it for education. I might call that education part 1. It is a big topic, so I might return to it with some more vocabulary fairly soon. As always, if you want to get in touch with me, if you need help or support in your IELTS prep, there's the email address, or you can leave me a message in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you again very soon.